I'm Seth. I'm the training manager with Incorporate Massage. Today we'll be going over some treatment for compartment syndrome and tarsal tunnel syndrome. It is going over the lower body, the lower leg to the foot, so if you are concerned about sanitation, never be afraid to bring some gloves with you, just in case. So the first thing we're going to address is this medial line, the inside, the instep right through here. And the tibial nerve comes straight along here, and oftentimes this is the area of compression. That can be exaggerated if you wear shoes with a lift in the heel. That kind of points the toe down like that. It'll impinge that more and more. So oftentimes, if by the end of the day your client is saying, oh, my feet are so tired, it feels like they're heavy and full of blood, and they're just so painful, or so much pain is in them, or if they're experiencing numbness or tingling, any of that stuff, then usually this is a great area to release. And so with this, we actually start a little bit further up. And what I like to do is I like to hook my fingers right around the calcaneus and kind of traction it down. And then I'll take my fingers right here and just scoop up along that medial side like that. And you can do a little spreading right through there. Tuck up under the Achilles tendon and do that same movement a few times. And then from here you can take the opposite hand, tuck up towards the heel, plant your two fingers here, and once again just kind of spread those apart, going right underneath the knob right here, the malleolus, that little lump there, and just spread those apart. And if you're not confident with your grip or your finger strength, you can make two cupping motions with your hands. Place the palm right here underneath that knob, the malleolus. Same thing on the other side, and create a little push-pull movement to relieve that area. And you can go all the way up and down. If you have the energy for it, you can do a little vibration like that. Do some circular motions. And then once you get to this point, you can take that palm and just kind of scoop it down like that. And for an outside view, you can do the same thing, cupping motion right through here. Just a little push-pull. To open up more of this lateral line right through here, you can either grab from the front and rotate it out, go into a pronating movement, or go over the top of the foot and go right like that. And what that does is that opens up this area a little bit more, closes this one up, and you can just go and start doing some circular motions like that. Okay. Same thing on this side. Now another movement you can do, I'm going to clasp around the front there, is go almost into a supination right through here. So bringing that instep straight up if this was pointing towards her head. And you can rotate it out and just kind of pull along with that. And go all up into the top of the foot too. Now if you want to, imagine that she's wearing her shoe. You can work this area just by making contact and clasping around the shoe. But I'd really suggest that you have some gloves on when you do so, just because you don't know what people have stepped in. And at the same time, if they have some loose clothing and you want to get up in here, remember that there can be a comfort barrier there. A lot of people do not like having stuff go underneath their clothes. So always work on top of the clothes, even if you think you might be able to get a better grip on it. Err on the side of comfort. So for the next portion, we're going to actually have her stand up, turn around, and then face outward, and we'll show you some more stuff to do. All right, for the next part, we're going to go on the top of the foot, basically from the big toe right up through here, and then on that inner line or the medial line right up through here. We're just going to press the big toe down and just glide along there. If you want to, you can hook underneath. This is my preferred way. And I like to, once again, with good body mechanics, just kind of lean forward. There's some fascia through there that might be kind of tight and burny. So if you want to, you can either change the trajectory of your fingers, or you can use a broader surface if you want to make it a little nicer. And go into the palm right up through there. So what we're hitting here is partially related to compartment syndrome, but at the same time, if a person has hammer toes, you see a lot of bending, clenching like that through the toes here, this medial line and then the lateral line that we're going to go through will help alleviate a portion of that. And once again, if you're worried about sanitation, just take a paper towel, place it over your leg, however you want to do it. So, okay, place that back. And then through this line, you can start out with the toes bent down and kind of come across, right like that. Or go in with your palm. Making sure you groove with all the major joints. Okay. And then I will actually pronate, or just rotate the foot out like that. Make sure that their knee isn't hyperextended. And then I'll just kind of pull up right along through there. And you can also go down and out on this side. A ringing motion can also accomplish the same objective. And then to combine the two, I like to do just a basic push-pull. This type of work really benefits those that are like on an assembly line, or just on their feet all day, or just moving all day. Some signs that they might have a load down through here is excessive anterior pelvic tilt. So their hiney's kind of stuck up and out like a baboon. And so if you see that in their standing posture and they want lower leg work, this is a great thing to do. And just so you can see it from this side, a little bit of bend to the knee if you can.